Radical MP is fast enough for aggressive all-court play while still managing to deliver decent stability against higher levels of pace. This racket also features graphene inside, strengthening the frame in key locations to provide a more powerful and stable hitting experience. With incremental updates to feel, the Radical MP 2025 continues to be a great option for those who want a speedy player's racket with controllable power. My name is Jake, and today we're doing a 1,000-round review of the Head Radical MP. Today we'll go over the power, spin, control, comfort, and price points of this racket. My goal is to help other people find a racket that best suits them. The structure I follow to test these rackets is hitting at least 1,000 tennis balls. If you want to pause the video right here, this is how the structure is broken down. Why I do this is for two reasons. One, to test the comfort level of the racket. How does my arm feel after hitting at least 1,000 tennis balls? And number two, to get over the hump of using a racket I'm not used to. With all that said, let's get into the specs of this Head Radical MP. The unstrung weight is 10.6 ounces. It is 4 points head light. The head size is 98 square inches. The string pattern is 16 by 19, and the recommended tension is 48 to 57 pounds. Now this particular racket is a demo, so it's currently strung with some Hyper G and is strung at 54 pounds. The paint job is a neon orange, which at first I was not a fan of, but I gotta say, it's kind of grown on me a little bit. Very bright, very colorful, so if you're into that kind of a paint job for a racket, then this racket's for you. Number one, power. I could tell on the ground strokes cross court that there was a little bit of free power coming from this racket. Not a lot, just a little bit. Since this is a lighter racket, usually you have to generate a lot more of your own power, but because of the technology in this racket, you get a little bit of that free power back, which is nice because the lighter rackets do feel a little better in your arms and you can swing it a lot faster, which is a lot of fun. And you can customize that too a little bit with what string tension you put in and the type of strings you put in your racket. But when I would go for more powerful shots, especially the flat shots, there was a lot of oomph behind those cross-court shots. Serves felt fantastic with this racket. It felt clean, it felt fast, it felt like a lot of pop coming off the ball on the court. The way this racket is built, it gives you a little bit of that power without you having to swing at maximum effort every single time. Number two, spin. The spin from this racket, I could tell on the ground strokes was okay. I did struggle getting a little bit more spin out of this racket, but it is possible. I just think this racket favors more flat type shots. I found myself hitting the frame quite a bit in comparison to like the Pure Aero 98, which is insane because the Pure Aero 98 is a 98 square inch head too, but it generates a ton of spin. So when it came to serves, I could get some kick serves and slice serves in, but there wasn't as much spin on the kick serve. Number three, control. Now, control is the highlight factor of this racket. The control is spectacular. I can tell for both the forehand and backhand down the line that when I made a clean shot, it was like a laser beam. The ball was going right where I wanted to go. I felt like I was in a ton of control. The slices felt really solid. A lot of the slices I could get to the deep part of the court, but I could also control the ball in doing drop shots, and those felt pretty solid on this racket. When it came to the one-handed backhand, it also felt pretty good, pretty stable. The one-handed backhand down the line felt really solid, and the one-handed backhand cross court also felt really solid. Recently, I also reviewed the Head Speed 100, and I think I prefer the one-handed backhand on that racket, but this racket is still solid for a one-handed backhand. Not as for giving us a Head Speed MP. There was a little bit of rattle coming through this racket I could feel in my arm, especially when I didn't hit the sweet spot of the racket. Oh. But overall, I would say once you get this racket dialed in, it is a very fun racket to play with for a one-handed backhand. Number 4, comforts. The comfort of this racket is about middle of the road. I could tell at the end of the session there was a slight twinge in my arm, but not a whole lot. By the time I got to slices and lobs, it felt pretty good, felt pretty comfortable. Though again, with the smaller head size, if you don't hit that sweet spot consistently and you're hitting it more in the frame, which is something I do quite often.
Ah. Ah. Oh, come on. Come on.
There is a bit more rattle in the frame up into your arm, and that doesn't feel good at all. So if that's something that bothers you, I would maybe suggest going to like a 100 square inch head. Give yourself a little bit more breathing room. But if that's not a problem for you, with a 98, then this is gonna feel pretty comfortable, pretty fun overall. Volleys with this racket feels awesome. There's a ton of stability. You feel really light in the hands. Usually a lighter racket, you kind of get pushed around a little bit when it comes to volleys. Kind of like the Clash V2, volleys with the racket is not my favorite thing in the world. It feels like you get punched by the ball quite a bit. But with this racket, it feels like you're punching the ball.
Oh yeah.
This racket also has amazing touch. Hitting those very light, very soft touch balls at the net feels really good with this racket.
Like that a lot. Ooh, dirty. Ooh, yeah. Oh yeah, I like it.
Number 5, price. Now the current price for this racket is about $300, which is a little pricey for a lot of us rec tennis players. For these reviews, the mid-range for a brand new tennis racket is about $220. That's kind of the middle of the road price point. So anything under $220 is a little bit on the cheaper end, and anything above $220 is a little bit more on the pricier end. So I personally think that the higher price point in this racket has maybe hurt the selling points of this racket, at least at the local racket shop in my area. The shop owners there, I talk with them a lot, and this racket has not sold a whole lot, and this demo has not been taken out a whole lot either. A lot of players are leaning towards more like a Yonex E-Zone 100 or a Babala Pure Drive 100. But overall, I would suggest this racket to intermediate and advanced players. The smaller head size does make it fantastic for control, but you gotta be able to hit that sweet spot pretty consistently. But other than that, if you're looking for a really fast racket with a ton of stability and just a little bit of added power, this racket's for you. Let me know in the comments what racket you want me to review next. Like and subscribe, and get out there and play some tennis.